Thank you for tuning in to Shoreline Arts Alliance Spotlight on the Arts. Shoreline Arts Alliance has been in your community for 37 years, encouraging viewers like you to experience and enjoy many art forms throughout our state and region. We have had the pleasure of encouraging artists of all ages through our scholarship programs, arts awards programs, and presenting of their great work in many venues locally in your town and throughout the state. It is with great pleasure I introduce to you Carly Callahan, our host for Spotlight on the Arts. I know you will enjoy getting to know more about your local artists, learn about their road to success, and learn about other events for you to enjoy this month.
Hi, I'm Carly Callahan, host of Spotlight on the Arts. Welcome to the show and happy holidays. It is my privilege and pleasure to introduce you, our audience, to the many, many wonderful things we have going on this month on the shoreline and around Connecticut. The arts are alive and well and thriving. And today what I would like to do is just take you through the many offerings that we have, in addition to featuring some of our special guests, Eastern Connecticut Ballet and Capella Cantorum, both of whom have some outstanding offerings for December as well. I am so excited and delighted to welcome today Gloria Govern, who is the artistic director of Eastern Connecticut Ballet. Gloria, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor
pleasure.
to talk to you. You have such a provenance, and Eastern Connecticut Ballet, and you specifically, are just known for your mastery of ballet technique. And we are so lucky on the shoreline to have someone like you here. So tell me, what brought you to the shoreline of Connecticut?
Well, when I retired from New York City Ballet, I opened my own school, and I had that for many years. And then after I had my daughter, I went to Pennsylvania Ballet. From Pennsylvania Ballet, I went out to San Francisco because I got an invite to be the associate director of San Francisco Ballet School.
Wow.
And I was there for many, many years. I kept trying to get back to the East Coast because that's where my daughter lived. And an opportunity came, and I got to Minneapolis. I was halfway there.
Right.
And when I was in Minneapolis, I got a call from Lisa Reardon. And she got my name from Arancha Ocho, who was a ballerina with Pennsylvania Ballet, and she was doing Nutcracker for Lisa for many, many years, and she and I knew each other. And she suggested Lisa call me because I was interested in getting to the East Coast. And when she called, we spoke for an hour on the phone, having never met before. There was something that was going on between the two of us that just, when that happens.
Yeah, when a connection happens,
yeah,
absolutely.
And she wanted me to come out and teach, and it was springtime, and I was doing the school show in Minneapolis, and I said to her, gee, I can't come right now. And then I hung up the phone and I went, that was dumb of you. Of course you can go. And I called her right back, and I said, you know what? I will make time and I will come out. And I came out, and it was like instant. So that summer, my daughter and I and my 3 dogs and my cat got in the car and drove from Minneapolis to Niantic. And I've been here ever since. And after being here for 5 years, and I was renting in town, I decided I really like it here, and I don't intend to go anywhere else. So I bought a house, which is about 10 minutes from the school.
Perfect. And
this is it's my dream. When I opened my own school, I opened it up in New Hope, Pennsylvania, which is a community on the Delaware, very pretty. And I always had this idea of having a school with professionalism.
Right.
So that the students who really wanted to become dancers wouldn't lose time, so that if they went to New York maybe when they were 16 years old, they would not be behind the kids who were studying in New York. They would be right up there with them. And that's what I kind of have here. And I don't have to worry about the business end of it because I'm not a business person. I am a teacher.
But what a gift for your students, for the company, for the community. I mean, what kismet that it all worked out and you're here to stay. That's great.
Yeah, and the kids are a gift to me too. You know,
imagine.
teaching is always a two-way street, and especially ballet is so disciplined. And the students here are wonderful. They really are.
I bet. And what is your relationship specifically to your production, upcoming production of the Nutcracker and Balanchine?
Oh, well.
A good story, I would imagine.
Right. Well, when I went to the School of American Ballet, I was already 5'8.5", and I do believe I was 14 years old. Wow. And in those days, you know, women, to be a ballet dancer, if you were 5'6", you were considered tall. As the years went on, I grew to 5'10", and I was very lucky because Balanchine took an interest in me, and I think Mr. B liked interesting people and interesting dancers, and he saw something in me that sparked his interest. So after I got into the company, and the company was moving to Lincoln Center from City Center, he wanted to do something new for the production of Nutcracker. And in the years past, the role of Coffee was done by a man. And 4 little children from the school were dressed up as parrots, and they would bring in a little carpet, and he would dance on the carpet. So he decided he was going to change Coffee, and he was going to make it for me. And so he choreographed it for me. And that's what I have taught my girls at the school. So there is that direct line from Balanchine to my students.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I understand that there are some performers from New York City Ballet that are performing in this production of the Nutcracker. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow.
We have Sarah Mearns, who this is her 5th year. Jared Angle and Sarah have been our Sugar Plum and Cavalier. This year will be 5 years. Wow. And we also have Frances Vayette from Miami City Ballet, who was a principal dancer with Pennsylvania Ballet. And he is our Drosselmeyer. And he did it last year. And I remember when our performances were over, I went up to him and I said, "Next year?" And he said, "Oh, you bet. This was really fun." He loved it.
That's always the best compliment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we're very fortunate to have him. And we also have 2 other dancers from Miami who are coming in to do Snow Queen and King. And we're very fortunate to have them.
That's great. So they must almost be like mentors for some of your students.
Actually, Sarah comes in the summer and teaches for a week in our intensive. So there's a... And also, I scholarshiped Sarah when I was in San Francisco. I scholarshiped her to come for the summer program at San Francisco Ballet. And when she got back to New York, she always says she got into New York City Ballet because of what I did, because she said they weren't interested in her until all of a sudden we showed an interest in her in San Francisco. I see. And then she ended up getting into New York City Ballet and has become a very famous dancer.
That is fantastic. What stories that surround this iconic production. And I understand also that you are accompanied by a symphony orchestra. Is that correct?
That's right. And we're probably one of the few, I think we are the only company in this area that uses a full symphony orchestra.
Right, and that's such a special experience.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
An audience.
And all our guest artists are so impressed by that.
Right.
So it's, and you know what, when you're a dancer and you are accompanied by a live orchestra, it makes a difference.
It does.
The music just goes right through you.
Absolutely. And I think the audience can feel that energy as well.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
just a vitality to a live sound
Right.
that just can't be replicated in any other way.
I agree.
So that's just great for your audience. Now, if someone wants to get tickets to this production, it is in New London at the Guard Center,
Yeah.
Saturday, December 9th and Sunday the 10th.
Right.
And I understand that you do some free performances for school children.
Right, on
Yeah.
the 9th.
Fantastic. And also a 50% off discount for active military service people, correct?
Correct. That's
That's
for that
great.
Saturday night performance.
That's great. So what an opportunity for an audience to see this.
Well-
It seems like it'll be just a glorious production.
I truly believe that you can change a child's life, a life path, by introducing them to the arts. And we always, when we have those children's programs, our girls go out into the audience in their costumes and they interact with the children, they talk to them. It's very inspiring.
I bet. That's fantastic. So tickets are available on the website of Eastern Connecticut Ballet, and that is when people can get more information about times and where it is and how to get there.
Absolutely.
So that is
and
so
our
important
website,
for our
by the
audience
way,
to know.
Our website is beautiful.
That's
so they should
fantastic.
peruse through it and see some of the beauty. And we actually have some films on there,
Great.
and we have great photos.
Great, and that website for our viewers is Eastern Connecticut, but Eastern CTballet.org, which everyone should be sure to go visit to see and hear more about this fantastic company. And Gloria, do you have any final thoughts about generally the arts on the shoreline and what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve?
Well, I think the arts should be considered important, important enough for people to support. Because without them, we will be soulless.
Yes.
And it's such a difficult world, and I think that the next generation deserves better.
I agree. Well, thank you so very much for coming today,
Oh,
Gloria.
my pleasure.
It's a pleasure to speak to you. And again, easternctballet.org for their production of The Nutcracker, which is on Saturday, December 9th, and Sunday, December 10th. I hope that we will see you there. Thank you very much. On December 8th and 9th, fun for the whole family is guaranteed with Elf Jr., the musical at the Madison Arts Barn. This is such a fun show, and children of all ages, I guarantee you, will have a terrific time at this production. The Madison Barn welcomes director Laura Morton to its team in their forthcoming production. Ms. Morton is particularly encouraged by the level of talent of the kids who auditioned and were subsequently cast in Elf the Musical Jr. She said, "We have a rather impressive group of performers ranging in age from 5 to 15. They have proven early on in the process that they are capable of handling pretty much anything we've thrown at them, and many of them are already veterans of the stage, capable of teaching me a thing or two about her craft." So this show is age appropriate for kids, for adults, and the entire community is warmly invited and strongly encouraged to come out to see this joyful and endearing show about the misfit elf named Buddy. Have pictures taken with Santa afterwards, and consider signing up for auditions for the next production. So more information on this can be found at madisonartsbarn.org for Elf Jr. the Musical. Welcome back. I am so excited to be here today with Ed Bossy, President, and Claudia Eppright, Vice President of Capella Cantorum. Ed, welcome to the show. Claudia, welcome as well. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
So I understand that there is a big concert coming up in Madison on December 2nd at the Congregational Church. But before we get into the details of all of that, which I can't wait to hear about, I'd love to hear more about Capella Cantorum. How did it start? Who are you? What are you? And tell our audience everything.
Claudia has a very unique story about Capella Cantorum.
Okay, Claudia.
Well, Capella Cantorum was started by Barry Ash in 1970, in the spring, I believe. And about that same time, I had just started as a fresh teacher, an elementary school teacher, and had come out of New Haven. I went to school in New Haven and had gotten involved in the arts community at the college and at some of the things at Yale as well. So when I came back to the country where I had grown up, I was starved for arts stimulation.
I bet.
And I went to, at the end of my first year of teaching, I went to a picnic and was told about this choral group called Capella Cantorum. So in 1971, I joined Capella Cantorum and started singing with them. And in 1973, I married a tenor. I met my husband. In 2 years, we somehow became friends. We both sing, and he has a fabulous voice, just great voice. So we started singing together in Capella in 1971, and we're still singing together in the church choir that we belong to.
Fantastic.
And 44 years later, we're still
You're
making
still
music.
going strong. The secret to a happy
Yes.
marriage, those that sing together stay together, right?
There you go.
So how many members do you currently have?
Well, as of this current rehearsal schedule, we have 92 members. Now, we've been up to as much as 125 over the 48 years that Capella has existed. But this year, we're very excited. Back in June, on June 30th, Barry Ash had been our founder and our conductor for the 47 years, and he retired. And it was a very long and very successful run as our director. But things change, and during the summer we were very lucky to find Simon Holt, who agreed to come be our music director. So we're still in the process of transitioning into a new music director. And so far the excitement has just been great. Every rehearsal has been wonderful, and I know he's thoroughly enjoying working
I
with
would
the group.
imagine. So for those in the audience that don't know about Simon, could you tell us a little bit about him and his background?
Simon hails from England, and he went to London Conservatory, I believe it was.
I think so.
And he's just got an awesome resume. He's currently the organist and music director at Old Lyme Congregational Church, as well as the music director, or rather the artistic director for Saltmarsh Opera Company. They are centered in Stonington, I believe. And he's just awesomely busy. So, but he was able to fit us in, and the energy and fresh perspective that he brings to the music is just, it's been very nice to see.
That's fantastic.
And that's not to say that what Barry did was bad. It's just they're two different people. Two different directors, and it's a different perspective. And it's been very interesting and quite fun to be part of this.
I would imagine. I mean, for your singers to work with someone of that caliber, what an amazing opportunity that must be for them. So how would one go about becoming a part of this as a singer?
Well, in January, this coming January, we'll be starting at the second half of our season. I believe it'll be probably the first Monday after the new year. We'll have open registration, and people can register online. capellacantorum.org will have the information to register. They can also just show up and register in person, and they can sing. Capella Cantorum being a non-audition chorus, when I first heard that, I had no idea what that meant. What does that mean? And come to find out, it means what it says. You don't have to audition. You don't even have to be able to sing.
Really?
You can, if you just make little squeaks and you want to be part of a performance, you can come and you can perform. No one is ever going to say, "Oh, you're terrible," and you have to leave. We would never do that. It's non-audition, and that's I think a wonderful thing.
And speaking of beautiful music, if we just have people out there who want to be in the audience, they have a fantastic opportunity to come and hear. It looks like a great lineup of programming on December 2nd at the Congregational Church right here in Madison. Could you tell us a little bit about that program and what our audience could expect to hear?
Well, I think one of the things, first of all, one of the things about Madison that's so exciting is that the First Church has an absolutely incredible organ.
Yes.
And they have a professional, very professional musician who plays the organ. And one of Simon's wonderful aspects is that he is a professional organist and still does professional organ concerts across the pond. This year he went to England for a series of concerts. I think it was in the earlier midsummer. So he maintains that level of musicianship, and he can play the piano, and he has accompanied us during some segments of rehearsals. And this year he's chosen 3 pieces for us. One, the Rudder Gloria, we had done, I think it was in 2014. My memory may not be accurate, but I think it was about 2014 that we last did that. So a significant number of the members are familiar with the piece. The Bach Cantata 140 called Sleeper's Wake is something that many of the members did know. I personally had no familiarity with that piece at all. And the third piece we're doing is the Vaughan Williams Fantasia on Christmas Carols.
Oh, how nice.
Which I think is going to be a lot of fun. And I believe we're also going to be doing a sing-along, some Christmas carols at the end with the audience.
Great.
And to have that as the program, and to have this organ, this incredible organ, to accompany us, it's going to be just great.
That is great.
And I think we're looking at some additional orchestra pieces. We're still working on what specific other instruments Simon wants to add to the organ. But it's just going to be exciting. And I don't know how many of your audience members are familiar with the First Congregational Church in Madison. However, it is a very old church.
Yes.
And probably sometime in the 1800s it was built. And the inside of the church will be decorated for the holidays because they already will have kicked off that weekend. So the ambiance in that church is going to be incredible.
I agree. It's like a postcard.
It's just
a Norman Rockwell New England tableau that just is, we're so lucky to have right here in our own backyard.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that we always have a post-concert reception.
Oh, nice.
So there will be a reception, and all the finger foods are provided by the chorus.
Great.
So that will be held in their office Sunday school building, which is just behind the meeting house.
Okay.
And the whole thing is just going to be wonderful.
What a great way to kick off December. It sounds like it's going to be a tremendous event in all respects. What other performances and events do you have throughout the year that you'd like our audience to be aware of? Obviously, you said in January the registration for new singers that might want to come on board.
We have a spring concert.
We don't have a date for it yet. It's all part of the transition. But it most likely will be in late April because of Simon's other commitments. As Ed mentioned, he's involved in other things besides Capella. One of the other things that I think we're still going to be doing this year is the Messiah Sing-Along or Listen, which we've held for, I think this is the 9th year, at the Kate in Old Saybrook.
Okay.
And it will be the Sunday, the 17th of December. Usually the singers that want to sing show up at 3:30 for a half-hour rehearsal of the choral pieces for the Christmas portion of the Messiah. And then from 4 to 5, the full chorus pieces for the Messiah are sung. And we have professional soloists come in to do the solos in that portion of the Messiah.
How nice.
And it's just wonderful to,
I'm sure.
If you like to sing the Messiah, this is the opportunity to do it.
Right.
It's a short rehearsal, great fun.
Right.
We're accompanied by Deb Lyon, who is our regular choral accompanist. She, in her own right, is a very accomplished accompanist, She's played the organ as well, and she knows the piano like crazy. I mean, we're so lucky to have both of them.
That's great.
So it's going to be a great concert, and I think she may be playing some keyboard during the concert as well. So
wow, so you have a busy month ahead of you in December.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic. So again, for our audience, the website to go to get more information about all of these fantastic events is Capella Cantorum, CAPELLA-CANTORUM.org, and definitely visit that website to either be in attendance or even potentially be one of the singers in this magnificent group. Well, it's just been such a delight, Ed and Claudia, to have you here today. Thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate your time, and I wish you all of the best for December and what is ahead. It sounds like it's a very successful year in the making, so congratulations on that, and we hope to see you at one of the performances soon.
Thank you.
great.
The Shoreline Arts Alliance, dedicated to educating audiences, encouraging artists, engaging our youth, and enriching our community. The Shoreline Arts Alliance presents renowned arts events, including Future Choices Awards and Scholarships, a juried art exhibition for outstanding high school art students at the Lime Academy College of Fine Arts. Awards and scholarships are presented to the top artists selected by judges. Images. Images celebrates the art of photography and encourages excellence among photographic artists. It is the oldest annual statewide juried competition and exhibition open to all Connecticut photographers. Awards are presented. Shoreline's Top Talent, Scholarships in the Arts. A competition for Shoreline High School juniors and seniors of exceptional talent in creative writing, dance, instrumental music, vocal music, theater, and visual arts. Scholarships and mentorships are awarded to the winners. Shakespeare on the Shoreline, the most popular and well-recognized summer cultural event of the Shoreline community. Free admission on the historic Guilford Green to an evening of entertaining, engaging, and educational theater. In conjunction with Shakespeare on the Shoreline, we offer the Rising Star Theater Experience summer program for children 7 to 17, promoting creativity, critical thinking, cooperation, literary enrichment, and self-confidence. Tassie Walden Awards, New Voices in Children's Literature, a competition that encourages and nurtures the creation of exceptional quality books for children by unpublished Connecticut writers and illustrators. Awards are given to the winners. Shoreline Art Space Series and Special Events, a collaborative arts exhibition program showcasing the creativity, expression, and voices of Shoreline fine artists in a local gallery or public setting for free. In addition, we often produce special events from quartets to quintets to celebrated choir and a cappella groups. Member organizations. The Shoreline Arts Alliance provides an arts calendar at www.shorelinearts.org for up-to-the-minute happenings, weekly e-blasts called Arts Week at a Glance and Quotable and Notable, workshops, and a peer advisory network to our members. We have had great success for more than 3 decades and look forward to many more decades filled with outstanding cultural opportunities. To succeed, we need the support of foundations, corporations, local businesses, cultural agencies, and most importantly, individuals, families, and artists like you to make it happen. Your gifts support our mission to educate audiences, encourage artists, engage our youth, and enrich our community.
Our December lineup is absolutely packed. Throughout the month of December, we can go to Art Space, George Mack Photography, The World I Imagine. This show, The World I Imagine, is a sampling of his work. It is free and open to the public, and it is at Guilford Town Hall every day from 9 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon, so be sure to check that out. Also, the Lime Art Association is excited to present Deck the Walls and with work by newly elected artists. Over 200 works of art in all themes, sizes, and mediums. Gallery hours are Wednesday through Sunday, 10 to 5 p.m. Admission is free, but a $5 donation is suggested. Goodspeed brings us A Connecticut Christmas Carol, a new musical. Some of the most beloved storytellers in Connecticut history come alive for a Yuletide gathering that you will not forget. This piece is custom made for Goodspeed with all original music. A tuneful, heartfelt confection spiced with enough nutmeg state flavor to sweeten your season. Go to goodspeed.org for ticketing information. Also, through December 10th at the Norma Terrace Theater, Goodspeed presents Rags. Fresh from Ellis Island, a young mother and her son search for a new life and a sense of home as the 20th century beckons. Again, visit goodspeed.org for more information on that event. Long Wharf Theater presents The Chosen, a moving family drama that is presented through December 17th. Brilliant young men from rival yeshivas meet on a baseball diamond. When Danny fells Reuven with a line drive in the heat of competition, the two boys start a tentative and unique friendship. More information about this production can be found at longwharf.org. On Saturday, December 2nd, we have the Yale Camerata Advent Concert. This is at 7:30 p.m. at Battelle Chapel. This is a free event. On Monday, December 4th, we have the J.S. Bach Christmas Oratorio with the Bach Collegium Japan. Again, another free concert. This is at Woolsey Hall on 500 College Street on Monday at 7:30. We also are excited to talk about a curated film series that is called Bridging the Arts, and this will be at the Kate on December 5th at 5:30 p.m. Bridging the Arts is a curated film series co-sponsored by Lyme Academy College of Fine Arts and the Kate. This series will feature a selection of art films produced by the highly regarded Checkerboard Film Foundation and include a brief lecture before each film. On December 5th, Sir John Soane, an English architect, presents An American Legacy. This is a film that examines the legacy of Sir John Soane, an English architect of rare genius whose influence on a generation of America's foremost architects is profound. Again, this is December 5th at the Kate in Old Saybrook. Ivoryton Playhouse presents It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play, performed as a 1940s live radio broadcast in front of a studio audience. 5 actors perform the dozens of characters in the radio play, as well as produce the sound effects. It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play, premiered in 1996 at the Stamford Center for the Arts, and has since been produced around the country to critical acclaim. 11 performances only, beginning Thursday, December 7th, and ending on Sunday, December 17th. Visit ivorytonplayhouse.org for more information on that. On Friday, December 8th at 7:30, a free concert, Messiaen's 20 regards sur l'enfant Jésus, René Zaren, piano. René Zaren is the distinguished Latvian pianist and a Yale School of Music alumnus who returns to campus to present Oliver Messiaen's 20 regards sur l'enfant Jésus. Again, that is Friday the 8th. We also have on Saturday, December 9th, a special theatrical event, Dante Behind Bars, fragments of Dante's poem adapted by men in prison and performed by the students in Professor John Rankin's course, Sacred Texts and Social Justice. That is at 4 o'clock. On Saturday, December 9th, you won't want to miss this one. I had the privilege of seeing a preview of this. Vivid Ballet is presenting Handel's Messiah in partnership with the University of Hartford. The Hart School presents a new original contemporary ballet set to Handel's iconic score. Again, that is at the University of St. Joseph up in West Hartford on Saturday, December 9th. The cost is $30 with children 10 and under and students $20. We also have on Monday, December 11th, a student recital, an organ improv case. Organ students of Jeffrey Brillhart give a 1-hour improvisatory recital at Trinity Church on the Green in New Haven at 4 o'clock. Another student recital on Monday, December 11th with Joseph Kemper choral conducting at 7 o'clock at the Marcon Chapel, also in New Haven. The Lime Academy College of Fine Arts is presenting on Thursday, December 14th from 5 to 7, a lecture by Kevin Conley. He is discussing how much should the hand of the artist be involved in the production in the actual objects of arts, and can artists be happy having their sculptures made by fabricators in another state? Complex questions, astute observations from an experienced observer. On Friday, December 15th, we have Northern Lights presenting The 13. Join The 13 this Christmas and be transported to the exposed landscapes of the far north through works by Scandinavian, Baltic, and Northern composers, including many of your favorite holiday favorites, including Silent Night. This is a candlelit concert, again Friday, December 15th, presented by the Northern Lights at Christ Church Episcopal in New Haven. And this event is free. Finally, December 17th, the Yale Whiffenpoofs, one of our favorites, will be at the Morgan School in Clinton, Connecticut. This is also a free concert at 3:00 p.m. So if you have family and friends in town for the holidays, I can't think of a better way to celebrate than with the Whiffenpoofs. So please continue to visit our website, shorelinearts.org, to find a huge calendar of events with details of what is going on in this jam-packed holiday season. I encourage you to get out there and take advantage of these wonderful and diverse cultural offerings.
Thank you again to you, our viewers, to you, our extraordinary donors who have invested in Shoreline Arts Alliance to keep us strong for 37 years. Consider a gift today to help us celebrate our future. For up-to-the-minute information, please visit our website, where you may search our brand new calendar by date, geography, art form, and so much more. I hope you enjoyed Spotlight on the Arts this month. Be sure to tune again next month for more great interviews and a sneak peek at what is to come in the arts.